pulling to start. Powerline will start on offense. As I get used to these jersey colors, please bear with me. Powerline working with several men in the backfield, isolating the women in space. A shot over the top, blades to the ground, aided by a mac from the Seattle defender. Munoz, I believe, with the disc for Seattle, resetting to Williams. Powerline in a bit of a zone look, so Williams hammers over the top to Campana. Campana's been on this YCC team for 5 years. She made the team initially as an 8th grader. Williams finding number 24, Abby Hecko, on the outside. We see Powerline falling out a little bit of this zone into more of a traditional person defense, but still some switches in play, still not quite one-on-one matchups right now. Munoz back with the disc in the middle. Working with Tyler Maroka. Maroka wide to Hairston, through to the middle, back to Williams. Appears I was incorrect about falling back into person defense. This Powerline zone still in effect. Even now, close to the end zone, switches and spaces covered in a team defensive strategy. Disc very close to this end zone. Good bid effort there from Powerline, but Abby Hecko reels it in. Here's Maroka, Munoz. Finding Campana. This game does have instructional observers available on the sideline. We really appreciate they're very hungry as a unit with a lot of returners. As I mentioned, Campana has been on this team for 5 years. And I believe Stephanie Phillips has been on the team for 4. That look is number 21, KJ Koo, out to his teammate, number 18, Brown. Brown to Barry. Barry back to Koo. Around to Barry. Back to Brown. Barry up line. Again, a 3 male handler set here from Powerline. Interesting gender ratio choice. But again, really lucked out here for this 4-day event to retain this positive weather and not have to reschedule or change any round times. Seattle finding that all the way through to Ostrowski, back to Lopez Escarez, and then out to Hasbrook. Hasbrook looking for a reset, finds Tong. Tong out to Lopez Escarez, and out line these fields. Finals and other divisions, and a lot of exciting games going on in kind of a small amount of space all at once. It should make for a really interesting and intense environment. Powerline centers to Barry. Landisman receives the disc up line from his teammate Brown. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Allows Wrong to come in with that defensive play. Maroka will set up the disc. Working with Wrong in the backfield. Out wide to Baker. A little bit of a poach look here from Powerline as well. It looked like they had a lady defender, Dickinson, sitting in the middle under space and a male defender over the top. So Powerline able to take over on offense right now, eating up a lot of yards with this undercut from Sudame to Brown. San Diego pulls to Seattle. Quick work by the Seattle offense. And an errant up line throw from Ostrowski. Looks like she was looking for Phillips. Powerline resetting to Dykes. Upfield to Hannah. Lauren Hannah working in the backfield this time. Powerline showing a lady back handler set on this one. Koo with the disc. Looking for over the top to Dykes. Can he reel it in? No. So it looks like with some help from the instructional observer, Dykes will have the disc on the front line of the end zone. Around to Hannah, around to Koo, and that big swing is a little bit too high. Cats. As we move upfield, a little bit of wind picking up and blading that flick throw from Ostrowski. Looking for Hasbrook on that one. Powerline takes over on offense. A good full field swing here. Tong. No, that's not Tong. That's Butler. Butler with the disc for Powerline. She'll reset through Hannah. Working with Koo. To be played in the YCC division, and I think we can all agree that the level of talent is much higher every year that this tournament goes on. Nice dig there by Hannah. Around to Dykes. Dykes needs a reset. He'll find Koo. Nice backhand around. Here to go. Go back to Dykes. Dykes, it will come back. Dykes finds Hannah for a reset. To Schwartz, out to Koo. Good defense here by Seattle to force a number of looks. Nearly defended there by Phillips, and then actually defended there by number 3, Lopez Escarez. Great defensive effort there from Seattle in the red zone. Not easy to do at any level. And while Escarez and go up for the disc to her early, Ostrowski with the veteran read. Here we see Phillips with an excellent pivot and Powerline receiving. Seattle showing a zone look here. It's a little bit like a bit of a handler poach with a bigger shape in the backfield to contain downfield receivers. Sudame anchoring the handler set as the swing continues. Brown coming back into the handler set to help out. as I mentioned, both of these teams, of course, playing each other in pool play in a very close game. And having the benefit of having one extra kind of rep between them has given maybe Seattle a little bit more strategic guidance. Certainly feels like they were prepared to come zone against this team. Landesman, back to Sadame, back to Landesman. Powerline still very near their own end zone here, looking to find a window to either go through or over the top of this zone. High release flick to Landesman, over to Sadame. Hammer over the top, breaks open the space. Nice throw by Sadame. Landesman in the middle to Brown, to Landesman, out to the edge. And he is in. Powerline will play person defense. And the wind immediately having an impact on that break backhand, path of which would have had to travel upwind there, so it pops. And again, right there, Hannah to Koo. A little bit of extra power put on that disc to travel into the wind was misread by Koo. Munoz a bit too far for Ostrowski. Big handler swing here. Lazo, Koo hammering over the top with remarkable precision, finding Cloutier. Stephanie Phillips working in the backfield, content to go every other. Powerline does seem to be in a zone look, but Stephanie Phillips doesn't care. Good movement here by Seattle. Working quickly through the zone. Munoz now will find a wide. Sadame will field that pull and center, I believe, to Brown. Not gonna lie to you folks at home, these Powerline jerseys are hard to catch a number on. I'm doing my best. I believe this is Koo to Brown. Brown puts it up, looking for Landesman, and he goes on the mixed gender ratio determining factor. Of course, up until recently, offense dictated this idea of a designated end zone a little more fair. Seattle, Munoz with a break backhand out into space, hotly contested. Well read. Nonetheless, will be centered. Sadame to Koo. Landesman will fire to Brown. As we have discussed, any team that wants to play 7-on-7 should really utilize all their personnel if they want to be successful. It's just easier. Williams wants to be the one to go every other this year, much like Phillips did the last time Powerline threw a zone. We'll find the disc on the high side with Abby Hecko. She's looking for a reset. Back to Williams. Williams looking for his receiver who had been left alone back there in the corner. Really glad that he saw that she was alone. Unfortunately, that throw just died. Intended receiver was Drea Baroma. Powerline back on O. Brown and Landisman miscommunicate. Williams is telling his team that they need to go slow, lock it down here. Munoz picks up for Seattle. A lot of speed on that up line from Wrong. In control in this corner. Good swing here, Munoz to Williams. To Munoz. Williams puts a backhand break over the top to a skying Williams that they can sustain. It's been really interesting to hear those stories over the course of the weekend. So Seattle in a bit of a junk look here, forcing an over top throw, but Koo is over on that sideline. Good width-wise swing here. Ends with Brown. Through to Barry. Out to Koo. Koo looking for an over-the-top blade look, but instead finds Hannah through the middle. She shreds it to Landisman. Out to Barry. Out to Brown. Through to Landisman. Seattle zone perhaps seeking to slow down those isolation plays that have been so successful already this game. Barry to Koo. Seattle still in the zone. Even though we're into the red zone, great grab there by Brown on a crossfield hammer. Koo to pull for Powerline. Here we find Ostrowski going up line to Phillips. A nice move from Munoz to get open on the reset. Munoz and Phillips working in the backfield. Phillips puts up a bit of a floater. It is with the disc. Munoz trying to get open. Wrong. Finding 13, Sophia Palmer. Palmer now looking for a reset. Finding Tong. Munoz back with the disc. Back to Palmer. Palmer out to space to Ostrowski, and she has number 20. Will field and center. Working with Barry in the backfield. Sudame to Brown. Brown ripping. Here's Wrong picking up for Bankroll. Around to Munoz.
Come on, Molly.
Munoz. Huck over the top for Brown. A little bit missed. Oh, that's entirely my fault. Obviously, Brown was on defense. So sorry. It's been a long day for me, too. Powerline now throws to Brown, who has it on this near sideline, and he puts up a bender. It will come back into bounds. Disservice for you. Of course, USA Ultimate providing that opportunity as well. So the disc goes back to the Powerline O because can't agree. Beeler with a sneaky little backhand into Landisman. She'll get the reset as well. Beeler perhaps a little fired up after her play, wants to do it again, that were new to us American announcers, but might be pretty fun to add into our repertoire. Liam departed today to go back home after a solid 2 weeks or more of commentary. It's really nice to be able to work with him. I hope he had a great flight. Seattle back with the disc on O. Obviously, this disc is theirs as it is now, their offensive chance to take half if they can hold cleanly. A good D there by Hannah. That's Lauren Hannah. The Hannah sisters have put their first names on the back of their jerseys so that you can tell them apart, which is very considerate. Appreciate that. A little bit of contact on that up line with Koo. Koo resetting to Brown. Brown back to Koo. Hammer from Koo does land perfectly in that back corner of the end zone, but the receiver, Landesman, was not on that route. So on this Galaxy point, both teams have now had the disc at least once, so Seattle will retake control here. Munoz. Ooh. Oh, and it looks like Beeler was able to come down with that. Momentary confusion as the Seattle women looked at each other. Landesman through to Hannah. That's Ava to her sister Lauren. And Lauren finds B. And Seattle will field the pull and center to Phillips, who very comfortable running the show for the Seattle O-line. In fact, took over an entire zone offense point basically by herself. So interesting to see here a person-to-person matchup for Powerline. It seems pretty effective, creating some tight windows. And a D there by, these jerseys are kind of hard to see. Looks like number 12, Kelly Dickinson, got her hands on that.
Yeah, great downfield defense. Created the opportunity for that to happen. Nothing going on downfield means you gotta go to the handler set.
Powerline with a chance here. We'll reset to Lauren Hannah. Back to Landesman. Fairly stagnant vertical stack here from Powerline, but they are able to find Lazo on an under. Back around to Hannah. Nice snag there by Go to keep possession alive. Landesman. He'll fire out to Lazo a bit too far. Looked to me like that point, the vert stack was pretty far away there. This end zone on the right feels like the upwind end zone to me. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, the stack was a little far away. I was about to say, I love how patient they're being, and then they took a tough shot.
Here, the Seattle retakes possession. That's Tong. And Tong's swing is too far, and 15.
For the team at practice and before the game. And we treat every point like it's the same. We really do. I've never been on a team that does it as well. And we really just refer to the idea that this is just us playing Ultimate again.
A good note for young players. You want a repeatable result. Campana going up line. That's Maroka to skying Williams. That is the second time that Williams has gotten the remarkable. Do you have any kind of insight into how that's been developing over the last few years?
You know, it's a product of like so many efforts of individuals. It's a product of so much hard work. And like the whole community is working really hard and investing in the right places, and I think that's why we're seeing such an explosion in the talent level and the numbers of Youth Ultimate.
Awesome. So a number of fully horizontal swings here. Get the disc to Ku. A bit of a miscue there, but Sadame is able to recover possession for Powerline. Otherwise, pretty patient swinging here. Landesman to Ku. Ku looking for Landesman, but the lane is too tight, so he resets to Sadame. Again, around to Brown, finding Lauren Hanna.
I really love how Powerline is using the width of the field, changing the angle of attack, and now they are being patient in their end zone set. Let's see if it pays off.
Landesman to Brown. Brown goes around outside, and Landesman over the course of their season on grass, and of course, many of them won a Beach Nationals with that Long Beach Legacy mixed team. A lot of gravitas on such a young team. Great bid there by Phillips, but that throw is just a bit outside. So we give Powerline and Ku another opportunity.
Yeah, this is a pressure cooker moment for the Seattle O-line, turning it over early. Now they got to dig in, try to earn the disc back.
So we'll find Hanna to Lazo on that far sideline. Lazo needs a reset here. And he'll find Beeler having a standout game, and she finds a corresponding US Open tournament for adults, just kind of a midway point almost for those teams. So glad to see the energy in these situations. Otis Williams comes this idea of visibility and how beneficial it is for all these young people, not just from like I get to review my own play and see myself playing Ultimate and use that to get better, but also the kind of wider implications. Can you talk a little bit about what visibility means to you in this community and what these live streams might provide?
Yeah, I think I really believe in that phrase that like you can't be what you can't see. You know, as someone who had athlete idols when I was younger, like it really affected me, and I think it's so important that people, no matter your race or gender or class, like everyone needs a role model, and we have to be able to see them. We have to be able to see them doing the things that we envision ourselves doing, and yeah, I love that we're showcasing mixed ultimate in this game. I love that we're showcasing, there's people of color in this game. There's like everything, you know, we're moving in such a great direction when we're creating opportunities for everyone.
Ku is looking for one of the Hanna sisters up line, but the lanes are tight, but he will find Lauren Hanna through a minefield of Seattle defenders anyway. And that is...
And then I'm gonna say a little something, or maybe talk to one of my vocal captains to lead a big cheer and just like regenerate a little energy to get that momentum going again from an energy standpoint.
Absolutely. 3 points is definitely not insurmountable. And when you have players like these, they can... Great pull there. Powerline seeing this Seattle zone. A little bit of a lane clog attempt here.
I like the idea of clogging the lanes, but this Powerline team has been so patient that like the danger here is you just keep them patient and calm and just like let them throw a bunch of easy passes, which keeps them in rhythm. If this is me and this is the teams that I coach, I'm looking to put their O-line in a pressure situation where they have to throw to a tight window, and that's the danger of when you play zone, is you just give up a lot of easy passes.
It also takes a lot more time, and time it will become a factor pretty quickly here if Seattle wants to get this break back. Ku on that high side again through Landesman, and Barry out to Hanna. She will find Brown. Again, good horizontal motion here. Landesman Seattle still in this poachy look, not fired out of it into person, looks like to me. And they are able to find a streaking
Tested stall coming in on 8. Coming on 9, sorry.
Landisman able to reset to Brown, and there is a lone offender, alone in that back corner. So Powerline, 2 15-year-olds
Wow.
on this team. Nice streaking up line from Zachariah, working with Munoz in the backfield.
Mark Munoz actually plays for the pro team in Seattle, the Seattle Cascades.
How old is he?
Munoz just graduated. Yeah, this is tough.
Interesting spacing to start off this O point for Powerline. And immediately, Zachariah able to take advantage and get a layout D.
Zachariah made a heads-up play there. He knew his player was just cutting and clearing, and he stayed with his eyes up in the lane, saw the throw go up, and made a play.
Good swing here. Munoz to Williams. 2 of the catalysts of this team so far today. Finding Campana, and she finds number 12. When
Type of call going on downfield, I think maybe a pick, and that's why the goal came back to the thrower.
nice swing here to Zachariah. Zachariah back to Ostrowski. Ostrowski around to Williams. And Williams, Ku will center to Sudame
Yeah, here we
for
go.
Powerline.
Looks like some person D. Yeah, this is exactly what Seattle's doing, trying to generate something with a one-on-one matchup.
And here we'll see Landisman finding.
They are last year in the finals, and this year, like it's game point, it's championship point for them. That's just a testament to all the work that's being done in their community, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch.
And Powerline is in a zone defensive set here, so we'll see Seattle try to work it, but slowing down the pace of the game seems to be what Powerline is aiming for right here. Zachariah with the disc on this near sideline. Nice bid there, but Campana able to maintain possession. Zachariah looking for, I think, number 9 or number 0, Paris. And Paris looking for Munoz, right?
Munoz is thinking, hey, check out my setup. Boom, he goes deep and gets hit with that nice sort of flat, little bit of blade forehand. Here we go, championship point.
Brown has the disc on the high sideline, guarded by Williams, and he will put up a rip to Landisman, and a help defender in Campana.
That's a big block from Campana.
Good recognition there.
I love how the angle that she took got in front of the defender.
And here we see Paris on that downfield reception, and Seattle within striking distance of this end zone. And he hits number 2, Drea Baroma. What an incredible, be proud of and take out of any tournament is being able to kind of get back into that mental fortitude and trust your teammates and have a memory there. So Powerline with the same line, and Seattle with what looks like the same line as well. Brown in the upline space, guarded by Paris. Round reset there through Landisman. Right now, just the men of Powerline working it in space until Lauren Hanna comes in to center. Hanna making some aggressive downfield cuts. Pretty open in separation right now. And a little bit of a too tight IO, and number 19, Kwan, Anika, is in that lane.
That's Annika, she plays for the Bush School.
Oh, nice. Thank you for correcting my pronunciation, Rio.
Represent ECL.
Here we go, Baroma with the disc. She is asking for a reset. She finds Lopez Escarez. Made a couple big plays in the first half. Nice reset there.
Headlines here a little bit. You can see the nerves starting to build for San Diego, and you can see the hope starting to build for Seattle.
Campana working with Baroma. Upfield to Paris. Munoz left unguarded, but Paris puts up to Otis Williams, who just I hope that I'm not misleading you at all. There have been a few times this weekend where something happened down on the field and the game was over and we didn't know about it. So won't try to get you too jazzed for nothing, but we'll try to confirm.
I love Powerline sending Hannah deep on that first cut. Great defense by Annika.
It's good bid there by Hannah. She'll reset to Koo.
This is a lot of points in a row for both this same D-line and this O-line. It's going to be a gritty point.
Lazo with the disc in the middle wants a reset. He'll find Koo. Koo drew the Paris matchup. Brown drew the Williams matchup. Brown will put it up for Landisman.